because one of the things I reach out to you about just kind of as a CEO going, building a business, and the difference between even at working at an executive level, but being a CEO and running a company and thinking about that way. What's your philosophy on how you're running your company and trying to build growth?
Yeah. Well, I look at, my role as a CEO is to really motivate, direct, and coach all the people that are having an impact in my company in a way that a head coach would on a football team. So, and I even will remove it to the next level to, if you look at I love sports, you love sports. If you look at the NBA or the NFL and there's a general manager. The general manager you really never even see on the court, on the sidelines.
Yep.
He's put the right coach on the sidelines. He's helped to put the right players on the team.
So the CEO, are you more a general manager in the press box from that perspective than on the field head coach?
Yeah. And that changes based on the size of your business, of course. As you start to grow, when I owned and started the healthcare company, the chiropractic practice, it was a wellness clinic. We had, chiros, PTs, athletic trainer, personal trainer. We had a fitness and yoga instructor, and we had this whole program. But I was also working in the business as one of the chiropractors. So I had, a patient base, was treating patients, and then I was managing the business as well. So it's a small business. There's 10 people, and so that's much different than what I do today. Whereas, now there might be weeks go by that I'm not in one of my locations, and I'm working in, from an office setting or whatever. And so it definitely changes. But you're putting from a sports analogy, you have offensive and defensive coordinators and special team coordinators, and you're leading and managing people. It all comes down to that. My favorite saying to my team or to people who ask, what is it that you're really doing is, it's being a leader, right? My thing is leadership is always the problem. Leadership is always the solution. So that's what you are as a leader, as a CEO.
So what do you do day to day to increase your leadership and I always talk leadership as influence.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're able to influence people to do things.
Yep.
So what are you doing?
So I'm working on, the same things with the people that have an impact in my business that I'm working on for me. So I know that, first of all, you can only lead to the level of individual that you are, right? So the law of the lid, Maxwell is the godfather, right? Of leadership. You could read any book of his and be influenced massively.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Becoming a person of influence was the one that changed for me.
Yeah. And so what I do is I practice what I preach. So all the things that I'm learning to improve myself and to become a better person and business person, I deliver that information to my team. So if it's schedule, how do you manage your time? My executive team is always trying to become more efficient and organize meetings better. So as I do that, I teach them how to do that. If it's family, we go into that. How do you improve your family life? So I'm always giving them resources to improve essentially the 4 F's: family, fitness, finance, and faith. And faith can be whether it's a religion or whether it's faith in themselves or faith in whatever it is that they're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
So that one you've got to tweak based on the individual. But so I'm always that's what I do with my